To say that this may well be one of the finest examples, if not the finest, of the Jaguar XJ currently on the market and perhaps even on the road in the UK is a very bold claim, but it's a claim which, as we believe you'll soon see once we get into the details of this car, may well be true, because this particular XJ, especially thanks to Jaguar having never updated the XJ after this point, to this day this is the final generation of what is possibly their most iconic luxury car lineage, of course here in premium luxury trim, a 2010 car in particular with that 3-litre V6 engine, incidentally the most in-demand engine for one of these, and for good reason. We'll return to the engine in a second. By far the most important thing to mention about this particular car though is its condition, and of course included in that is its mileage. This could honestly pass as a showroom condition vehicle. If you walked into a Jaguar dealership today, you could easily see this car being there. It is in that good of a condition. Unbelievably well kept, not least of which because it's covered 39,000 miles since brand new in 2010, and it's only had 2 private keepers from brand new, in addition to that kind of superb level of love which has been poured into the car. Being only a 39,000 mile example quite literally means that is 61,000 less miles than the average for a 2010 XJ on the market, and yet this car is still under £10,500 for not only what was well over £50,000 when new, but to this day we can and perhaps should be asking even more than that. So this car will not stick around for long, that's for sure. In fact, with a full service history behind it as well. In fact, it was most recently serviced in February of this year and has already had its all-important cam belt change carried out. It still has that original book pack and 2 keys intact, and it is in truly immaculate condition. That cannot be stressed enough. Now, as you can tell, it's finished in the gorgeous frost blue with that even more beautiful ivory leather interior. We've said it before, and certainly in the case of this car it bears saying again, this is perhaps the most beautifully styled interior of any car in its class, certainly in 2010, and to this day it is still a wonderful place to be, not least of which because in addition to the already fantastic amounts of space which you have not only in the front but for rear passengers of course, and in the boot as well, you also have that electronic panoramic roof for even more of that open air feel of additional space on top. And in addition to being under £10,500 to begin with, it's also available with low deposit finance should you so choose it as well. Now of course it's exceedingly well equipped, being an XJ including sat-nav, Bluetooth, cruise control, multi-zone climate control, of course parking sensors, reverse camera, the aforementioned panoramic roof, and of course to go back to that exceedingly popular engine, 270 brake horsepower is more than enough for a flagship Jaguar, even more so that huge helping of torque in the form of 440 pound-feet of low-end pulling power. That means that when you need this car to shift, it can hit 60 miles an hour in 6 seconds dead, but more importantly, certainly if you plan to use this car regularly, the fuel economy is astonishingly good, especially for a luxury car. These can actually average around 40 miles to the gallon, and on a motorway around 50, which is fantastic in terms of fuel range. And not only is the price fantastic, you'll be laughing every mile you drive it because of the fact that even now in 2024, with so many luxury cars being so heavily taxed every year, in some cases literally over £730 per year, this in comparison is £335. Ultimately, this car is not going to stick around for long, so if you are looking for not just an XJ, already a fantastic car anyway, but perhaps the best XJ on the road in the UK right now, and certainly one which could pass for a brand new vehicle or a museum piece in fact, well this is a truly wonderful example of that car. So of course if you would like to reach out and get in touch regarding this XJ, you could send us an email to the address shown here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155 or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.